You're listening to Chicagoland's finest podcast, featuring the Gorehound.
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Jen.
I mean, it's horrifying because,
Cousin Charles. And Nick.
I know. I thought I was going to screw it up again.
It's time for the all-new Culture Cast, starting now.
I'm the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
I'm Cousin Charles.
And we are the all-new Culture Cast. Back for the latest edition. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about that
one thing.
Yeah, we are talking about the 1997 film Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh. That would be a great switch up.
At least that's what I watched. What did you guys watch?
No, we were talking about the recently released movie Annihilation with some heavy input from the Gorehound on the novel adaptation.
So you did read the novel?
I did. Oh, I read it in quotations. I listened to the 24 hours worth of audiobook.
So this stars Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Which I was very confused. Like, why is Poe Dameron married to Princess Leia's mom? I'm very confused about that.
Crossover.
It was really weird when they started talking about midichlorians.
Yeah, and then Jane the Virgin was in there, and so was the Valkyrie from Thor.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
And Wong.
And yeah, he was in there, wasn't he? As a little And Jennifer Jason Leigh, who used to be in stuff and then kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I recognized her and I was like, I don't know who this is. I don't.
She currently does not have a superhero or science or like a tentpole franchise to be a part of.
So she does not exist.
She was in The Hateful Eight. She played like the only female character in that movie.
I know.
Oh, that was her? Okay. The more you know.
Yes. So yeah, that is what is going on tonight. But before we get started,
what have you been watching?
Cuz start us off.
First?
Yeah.
Oh, wait! Before we go, I need to insert this. For those of you who actually listen to our show, thank you. And for a second, you may have noticed that Jen has been mysteriously absent for 900 weeks now.
We've been we got in a fist fight the other night, and we're just not talking anymore.
Yeah, that could be true. I don't know, but she, I don't think she's completely quit on us. At least she hasn't said anything. But she's getting married in I don't know what 2 days from.
Yeah, she'll be married by the time this comes out.
Yeah. So she's been probably busy with, I don't know, wedding planning. Who knew that was a thing? So hopefully she'll be back real soon.
Yeah, I give her a month before I start giving her legitimate shit. So
we need to, Gorehound, at the wedding, we need to record a mini episode just, because.
I know, you always want to record at weddings.
I do.
It's never, we'll see if it happens.
I'm going to make it happen. We'll find some time. It doesn't need to be long. We'll figure it out. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Charlie, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching? Let's see. I've been going through a couple of the new some of the new Netflix stuff. Megan and I have are through most of season 2 of Ozark, which is based in kind of my neck of the woods in Missouri, although not shot in Missouri, which is kind of disappointing. But so there's always so we're about, I think, episode 8, I think is where we left off at. So we got a couple more to go. That's the Jason Bateman show where he's the money launderer.
So that, I've never seen it. So that show takes place in Missouri then?
Yes.
And it's not a comedy.
Oh, okay.
I heard that it had Jason Bateman in it, and I was like, it must be funny. But apparently there's no comedy in it.
I guess.
I mean, kind of maybe dark comedy or a dark chuckle. I mean, there are some things that could be seen as
right, but it's no Arrested Development.
No. Although, again, Jason Bateman pretty much just does this same shtick while horrible crime-related things happen around him.
Yeah.
People getting murdered and I don't know. It's a pretty good show. Season 1 I thought was fairly solid, in terms of a good standalone. If this is where the story ended, I'd be kind of happy with it. But season 2 is all right. It just kind of. It's good. It's good. Okay, so I've been watching the new Matt Groening series Disenchantment. Kind of growing up as a kid, I was a big fan of The Simpsons. When I was really little, kind of sort of went away from them, and then I kind of watched Futurama a bit.
You were hardcore into The Simpsons. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no, I was
You had like a bunch of the seasons. I don't know if you still have them, but
I think they're still in my dad's house. But like for a good period of like my young adolescence, if you wanted to be my best friend, you would buy one of the. Buy one of those season 4-pack here is season 3 of The Simpsons, with all that stuff, and I go completely gaga for it. I was like, yes, because I know a lot of people consider up to season 8 or 9 of like the golden years or like the golden age of like Simpsons. So that was most of the seasons I owned, but then I just I just stopped watching after a while. I think after the movie, but
oh yeah, they had that big donut movie.
Yeah,
that was good.
My one friend still watched it. He's like, dude, it's still funny. It's still really. They got better writers. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just something sort of disconnected with me. But I have watched, pretty good amount of Futurama. And this is similar. It pretty much uses half of Futurama's voice cast. So it's like, there's I can't remember. Tris McNeil. There's I'm trying to remember who plays Bender.
John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio is a baseball player. I know the guy who does Jake from Adventure Time.
Yeah,
Jake from Safe Farm.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one, Kyle. I mean, Gorehound. We'll fix that post. No, this champion, it's good. I chuckled at it. It's not great. It's not great. It's not like this is the best show ever. It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's a good, like, there's stuff I like. I keep returning to it. Like, I still get a few good laughs or lines I kind of remember or that I could quote out of context. But it's like not really, I don't know. That's kind of one of those things where, like, when you have like a first season kind of like IP where everything's trying to find its identity.
I'm getting a feeling that you didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to convince yourself here.
It's more of a.
You could say that you don't like it. It's okay.
I didn't hate it. I will say this: I didn't hate it, but I feel like there should have been a lot, considering all the things involved. It should have been a lot more of a stronger product or a stronger show, I guess is the best way to describe it. Didn't hate it, but didn't really love it either. And then I'm trying to think. I rewatched one of my favorite movies of the past couple of years with Megan, Mad Max Fury Road, which she did not get into, which fair enough, but
oh, man.
I still enjoyed it.
You said Mad Max. I think you meant to say Magic Mike.
Hey, there's a lot of shirtless
Magic Mike triple XL or double XL.
I have not seen any of the Magic Mike movies, so
well, shame on you.
I heard they're good. But no, that's what I've been watching. Gorehound.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we last put out a podcast. So I've got a few. Actually, quite a list. I finished the entire latest season of Shameless, and I don't really care for it anymore. I think I'm just getting way too. I think I'm just getting way too far away from stuff that I really like. Like it's entertaining, but at the same time, like I need some horror, I need some science fiction or something. So I finished that, and then I went on to finish the latest season of Glow with Mark Maron, and it was I think it was. Have you guys seen the latest season?
No.
I've only seen I think the first 2 episodes of season 1.
Okay.
We did not watch the rest of it.
Well, it deserves a further discussion, but at the end of the day, I felt like I was watching it more for Mark Maron than for the show. Like, he was the best thing about Mark Maron. He was the best thing about the show, and it was worthwhile just to watch him. So, but yeah, it was good. And so after I watched that, I was like, I'm just gonna watch something that like I think is like right up my alley, and I turned on some Lost in Space, the new Netflix series, and it's much more entertaining because it's obviously a science fiction theme, and it's fun. Like, it's a different type of show that I haven't watched. It's actually very like not like family friendly, just like family oriented, and like very centered around the family and their familial interactions, and it's entertaining. I'm in the middle of it, and I'm enjoying it.
So it's kind of like Star Wars. It's all about family.
All about family in a very close environment, because they're lost in space, and they're like, how do I get out of space?
So so the biggest takeaway I'm getting from that conversation is Lost in Space is a better show than the latest season of Shameless.
I don't want to state any opinion on that right now because that is that's a big thing. Because I've stuck
it's
through.
Okay if you think that. You could admit it. You're with friends.
No, because there are no. I don't know because Shameless. I've stuck around for 7 years with it. No, it's got 7 seasons, but I think I started watching it like the 3rd or the 4th one. But I'll think about that one and get back to you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm also very, very late to the game, but I've just started playing GTA 5, and it's awesome. So I was just being a cheapskate, and I never wanted to pay the $50 or $60 price tag on it. And I saw a deal for it was like less than 20. I was like, shit, guess it's the time.
Sold.
And I've been trying to find a game to play since I finished the last Assassin's Creed game, and it's really fun. Like I see why everybody loved it.
Do you have a PS4, right?
Yeah.
That new Spider-Man game looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about it, and I would really like to play it. But like I said, I don't really like forking over $60 for a game.
No, totally fair. I'm not gonna lie. If I had like time and money, like I would be so tempted.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like a killer app for me to do the PS4. But no,
Yeah.
I can't spend. How much is that? Like $300 for the system? Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
So yeah, but that about does it for me. Nick, how about yourself? What have you been watching?
I actually watched this by not by accident, by incidental, but I watched the movie Ferdinand with
John Cena.
With John Cena. Yeah, like it was on HBO, and I don't know, some movie was on before it that the Kiwi and I were watching, or we turned on TV just to have something on, and we're downstairs playing with baby girl, and that movie came on. I'm like, all right, we'll just keep it on, and I totally kind of got into it, and then so I was about like 45 minutes into the movie, and I had to go put baby girl to bed. I'm like, I want to see the end of this thing, so I recorded like the last half of the movie, and I came back to it about a day or so later, and I liked it. I was surprised because I remember seeing the previews thinking, oh, this movie looks dumb, but it was a good movie. It was funny.
Yeah, it's based on like some children's tale, right?
Yeah, Ferdinand the Bull.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly dark at certain points. Like, wow, I can't believe they thought they would put this in a kids movie.
Yeah, it's like that Coco movie where people are just like bawling at the end, and I want to see that.
Yeah, like what I mean by the dark elements, and this is a slight spoiler, but not really. So the bulls are there, and they're all like competing to be, to be mad, to be, in bullfights and everything. And of course, they always kill the bulls in the bullfight. That's not the dark part. What is the dark part is the bulls were all like, testing one another. So a matador would pick them, and one of the bulls screwed up or something. And then the next scene, you see the bull being loaded up in the car. He's like, "I got picked, guys! I got picked! And they closed the door, and on the door it had like an outline of like a bull, but like the cutouts where you'd cut meat out.
Yeah.
Strongly indicating it was going to go to the chop shop.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, that's super dark. And you see like the bull like when it's driving off, the bull's like, "I got picked, guys. I'll see you later. It's gonna be great."
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Smiling to the grave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Try explaining that one to your kids.
I will say that bull does get rescued at the end. Like they don't kill him right away, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But
they only cut off a few pieces of meat.
Well, yeah, they don't get that far. Everyone thinks he's dead, but when they go to the meat plant later on,
I know Ferdinand saves the day.
Yeah. And but yeah, just like I didn't know they were going to pull that reveal. I'm just like, wow, okay, this is dark. But
Yeah.
Anyway, Nick, can you remind me again with that movie who voiced the main bull? Because I didn't see anybody in the title.
Ferdinand was voiced by John Cena.
Yeah.
Internet.
You wanted to do a thing?
I was trying to do a thing
You're trying to do a thing? Okay.
because you can't see him.
Oh.
Do you want to just do hefty, 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 and have your pecs go like in those hefty commercials he does?
No, I'll say. I guess I'm kind of pulling on an outdated meme at this point, but the John Cena one.
What are you talking about, Grandpa?
I'm hip. I'm with it. You know what? I'm all about the memes.
All right, let's move on. Gorehound, what's your man crush of the week?
man crush.
Can you take a guess?
The guy from Shameless?
No.
Someone from Lost in Space?
No.
Oscar Isaac.
No.
The Prime Minister of Canada?
No.
Okay, just tell us.
Mark Maron.
Oh.
He was great. Like I said, he was like the primary reason that I finished watching Glow, because he is just so awesome. And I watched it and I was like, I want to grow a mustache just like he does. And then the Graveyard Queen was like, I will slaughter you if you do. And I still want one.
Gorehound, let's put a pin in this for a moment.
The mustache?
No. You inadvertently brought up a point. I know we're keep on delaying actually talking about.
I mean, we are the only culture
Annihilation.
cast, so.
You went on a trip this past week with the Graveyard Queen,
Yeah.
and she posted some pictures.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but notice your ridiculous hairstyle. What's going on with that?
Ridiculous.
You look like a '90s boy band.
Do I?
Well, like I don't know what's going on. It's styled and it's like poofed up in the front.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like a year since I've had short hair. I don't know what I'm doing.
Short hair, yes, but let me pull up a picture. It's like really, really.
Am I in a boy band?
Well, it's boy band-esque.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just the angle, but it looks like you have like. I'm sorry, you're very hipster looking.
Yeah? Is that a compliment?
Not necessarily,
No.
but of course I don't have final say over your look. It's your wife does, obviously. So if she likes it,
Yeah, well, for those of you who don't know what I look like, I recently got a haircut, and the only thing that I said when I got that haircut, I was like, I showed him a picture of Rami Malek from Mr. Robot, and I was like, I like this, and they did it. So
I could see the influence now that you say that.
yeah, that's it is a little bit long in front, and I could see it's got some twist to it.
I will say, the more I look at it, the more it's kind of growing on me. But when I first saw it, I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, well, you will be face to face with it this weekend.
I know I will be.
When Jen and Thor are tying the knot.
It's the event that our show has been building to since the beginning.
Yeah, 113 episodes building up to. I don't even think we like said anything to Jen when she got engaged.
Oh yeah, we did, because we demanded / offered to be her bridesmaids, and she turned us down.
She hung up.
Possibly.
No, I wanted to do a month of marriage movie podcasts.
We could still do that.
I'm getting married next year.
I mean,
That's right.
I'm always a fan of themed podcasts or theme months. Yeah, and I wanted to do like, there were a few. I know one of them was Married. So I Married an Axe Murderer. There were a few others that I wanted to.
Married with Children.
Oh, I've been wanting to rewatch that. Honestly, that Al Bundy. I'm like, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough on hairstyles and marriage and all that. Let's talk about what we've come here to talk about: the 2018 film Annihilation.
Also an adaptation of a three-part series, the Southern Reach trilogy, pretty much encompassing the first of the three books.
Can I give the setup?
Are you going to insult it?
No.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was going to keep it quick and to the point.
All right.
Annihilation is a film where we have Natalie Portman as a scientist / army person who her army person husband came back and acting all weird, and so she goes to find out what it is, and there's this big weird thing, big like, I don't know, energy field surrounding this area from a crash thing from space. And everyone who's gone in has never come out, so they decide, except for Natalie Portman's husband, played by Oscar Isaac, so they decide to go in with a team of 3 other women to go in and find out what's happened and to get to the center of the energy field to see what's all going down and see if they could stop it, because this thing's growing. And mystery abounds, weird science fiction-y things happens. It's a very hard science fiction, which you don't get too much nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the crux of the film. And I'm sure through our discussion, we'll probably spoil things that happen. So you've been warned.
Yeah.
But Gorehound, what did you think of Annihilation?
Well, I did want to. Your summary is you jumped to one of the major conclusions very fast about the cause of this. So it's, forgive me for keep unreferencing the book, but in the movie they come straight out and say that the cause of this force field area thing is the result of an alien comet thing that came from outside of the Earth and is now doing its thing. The book is much more vague about it. In the end, like to the point where I finished it and like I still didn't know what caused this. It is very up for debate, and the movie really took a sure idea with it. But
I was going to actually ask Kyle, since you had finished the book, there's a scene I think in there where like the one character's telling Natalie Portman like what their current theories are, where they're like an extraterrestrial event, a higher dimension, where she's kind of listed off what the theories are. Are those things that are mentioned in the book, or those things that sort of like people who are fans of the book have kind of sort of thought?
Well, no, because in the book it's very scientific, but at the same time it's very subjective because they're stating off all these facts and theories, but none of them are really enough to really give you an idea as to what it actually is. They know what happens when you do, like, if something goes in, they expect this to happen, and it does. They have no idea why, but they're learning slowly about it. So.
I guess I wonder if one of the reasons that there's a difference is, one of the things I was reading is that this movie was made, or they started making the movie before the first book was actually released.
Okay.
It's amazing how nowadays a book doesn't even need to be like released before some studio buys up the film rights to it.
Yeah, I was under the impression that it was more of Alex Garland, the director, pretty much didn't want to read the other two and just wanted to make it based off of this one for honestly a good reason. I mean, the second one is pretty much 80% interrogation. And it's just like, okay, that's not very exciting. Like, you'd learn a lot about it, but it's a bit slower.
Yeah, I guess when he started working on it, the other two weren't even close to being written. Like, the first one was in the process of being written, so he knew where things were going to go, and he was just focusing on making a movie, and he wasn't worried about what the other two books were going to happen.
Okay. So either or, he did not rely on input from the second two.
Yeah.
But my opinion of the entire thing was, I was really looking forward to it, just because I like to do research on things and like find the history of this, and so I did, and I finished the entire audiobook, and I finished the audiobook, and I was like kind of let down because I just wanted a conclusion, and I was even thinking, like, because Lost, that had, like, a pseudo-conclusion, like, they tried to give it an ending, and I respected that. It might not have been the most logical or, like, clear ending, but they tried. The audiobook, I did not get a conclusion from it, and so I wanted to get more of a conclusion from it from the movie, and they certainly did, but at the same time, I was kind of let down with it, because when they pack in all of these ideas into 3 books, they obviously are going to like leave out some of the things, and not that I particularly cared for some events, but I'm like that played a big role, or I maybe wanted to see this monster that was referenced that really had no part in the movie, so I was let down in a lot of aspects of it, and it was. I was left with like a 3 out of 5 feeling
for the movie.
Yeah, because I wanted more out of it, and I just didn't think that, for all I knew about the main character, the biologist, I just felt like it wasn't her living up to her fullest potential. And
Cousin Charles, what did you think of Annihilation?
Well, like I said, I'd kind of been, I don't know, like I said, it was kind of one of those movies, like when it came out earlier, I had a mild interest in seeing it, but it wasn't really like, nothing about it really grabbed my attention.
Yeah,
I think
the trailer,
a lot of that,
when the trailer came out, I was hooked onto it, and that's what I was like, I'm going to read the book, because the trailer looked awesome. It was very, like, dreamy, and it's Alex Garland, kind of liked all of his other stuff before, and I was like, sure thing, so...
I mean, I'll confess, I have yet to see Ex Machina, and I can't remember what else has he done.
He did Sunshine.
I didn't see that one either.
This movie reminded me a lot of Sunshine. Like, when I was watching it, I was like, this movie reminds me of Sunshine a lot. And then I go look up Alex Garland, like, oh, he also wrote Sunshine. Okay, that explains why it reminds me of it so much.
Yeah. He's also a writer. He had writing credits in 28 Days Later.
Okay.
Yeah, he worked with Danny Boyle a lot, who also directed Sunshine. Like Alex Garland did not direct Sunshine. He
wrote it.
He wrote
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But he directed this. He wrote and directed.
Okay, because I will say, like, after kind of like popping in the movie, sitting back and kind of watch it, I will say this is probably one of the best films of the year. One of the best films I've seen this year.
Ooh.
In terms of just like in terms of just like a movie that makes you kind of think after the credits start playing, but not in like a what the hell did I just watch, but in terms of like actually, presenting an idea and kind of having it rummage around your brain. I really ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I was going to. To be honest, I really didn't have that many high expectations going in. I wasn't a big fan. Like I said, wasn't a big fan. I didn't know anything about the director's work outside of, he's done these great movies that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
All I knew was that it had, weird mutant stuff and Natalie Portman. But after seeing it, I was like, this is like one of the better science fiction films I've kind of seen in a bit in terms of like having a scientific idea, or not even a scientific idea, but having just kind of like this really hard, like kind of like Nick said, a really hardcore sci-fi premise and kind of exploring it and kind of doing what you can. The only other film that kind of made me feel the same way, and I hope I don't get judged too much for this, was the you guys remember the movie Mother with Jennifer Lawrence?
I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to.
Yeah, I have no plans on seeing it, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, in terms of like, I felt the same way after seeing that, where I was thinking about where like the ideas presented, like although that one definitely was much more. You're like, so what's fully the metaphor? Here you can here definitely I had more thoughts of like what everything really was, why things went the way they did, how things worked. I really ended up liking the movie a lot. I really ended up liking the movie a lot more than I ever thought I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a lot of thinking in this movie that you can take after the credits end.
Like there's just a lot there. It's one of those things where I'll tell you a little bit of how I kind of watched this movie. So
You sat on the couch, grabbed some popcorn.
Well, yes, but so what I had done because I wanted to try to get the movie in, to have it, under the belt. I had started watching the movie, I think, on my phone. Like I downloaded it. I downloaded it, and it was kind of watching my phone during my lunch break at work. So I made about halfway through the movie, and then I think when I came home that night, I had to rewatch, Megan. I was telling Megan about it, and she was like, "Oh, I'd like to watch that too." So I was like, "Okay, I'll pop it on the TV, and we'll start kind of from the beginning." And in doing that, I noticed there are details that when I started doing kind of like the second watch through of it from the beginning, there were details that I started noticing that I didn't notice before, like Oscar Isaac's character, Kane. The one thing I didn't realize first time, he's got a bear tattoo, which kind of plays a role.
It looked real bad. Hey, it looked like permanent marker. Sorry to diss on it, but I noticed that like straight out.
I mean, I
like how Gorehound's like, it looked bad because I'm a tattoo snob. So
no, even the Graveyard Queen said that looks bad.
Your tattoo looks bad, and you should feel bad.
Well, because it wasn't a tattoo; it was permanent marker.
It was some intern that they took a little spray paint, and sprayed on something. That actually I will kind of go to a little bit of a slight tangent. Not too much, but just I know a lot of people, like when I was kind of looking up reviews after I had seen the movie to kind of get an idea of how other people were feeling about it. I noticed a lot of people were like, "Oh, the visuals are so great in this movie." I was like, they're designed well, but I think there's a lot of the effects. There's a lot of the effects department that's a little iffy. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like some of the CGI and the creatures and locations kind of looked a little off.
Yeah, very heavy CGI.
Yeah, especially for some of the other parts, but in certain parts much so in others. But that's one thing I'll kind of mention. Is like I thought the CGI was serviceable for what it needed to be, but it wasn't like my mind just got blown away by how great this looked, But a lot of great designs, but not necessarily a lot of great, not a lot of great. I don't know. I guess technicals to keep up with these designs. I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay. But so I heard you saying that this could be one of your favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, compared to
All the other bullshit we've sat through.
Yeah. Compared to a lot of the other...
Better than Sharknado, the last one?
Which we have yet to see.
Yeah, we gotta figure out that one. So I'll have to wait until it pops up on, like, I don't know, maybe a red box or something.
Yeah, sorry. We gotta watch it.
We'll figure something out when that one Gorehound. I mean, it's no what is it? The fourth what was the fourth one called? Sharknado, the Fourth Awakens.
Fourth Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did not have there was no Gary Busey or David Hasselhoff, so this movie's immediately a 0 on a scale of 10, on a scale of A to Z.
So I'm going to talk now. I'm going to give my opinion on the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I appreciate a hard science fiction movie, and I applaud what's the company that released this? Paramount, to try to release this in theaters. Although apparently they didn't release it in theaters overseas. They released it through Netflix. Because when you go to movies, the movies that do well and the ones that studios actually put out and promote are the dumb big blockbuster films or the dumb comedies, which is fine. I'm not crapping on any of that, but you don't see like thinking movies.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they put this out. I mean, the movie horribly flopped. I mean, it was a huge disaster. Like it did not make any money. But which is a shame, because that means we won't get more movies like this released to theaters or anything like that. But no, I liked it. Again, I like a good hard sci-fi movie. I mean, I love movies like 2001 and 2010, which are more hard sci-fi, as opposed to the more blockbustery sci-fi where like your Avengers or your Star Trek and things like Star Wars, things like that. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And something else to talk about is that all the main protagonists in this movie are women.
Yes.
And again, something else you don't see too often. And they don't make a big deal about it. Like, it's just they're all women, they're doing their jobs, and that's a thing. I am utterly shocked that the Paramount didn't try to market it more in that way, or at least, like, because this movie came out in the height of the Time's Up, Me Too movement, and this isn't my idea. It's someone I actually had seen it on a different show, but they made this comment. I'm like, they're right. That why weren't people like highlighting like this movie? Because this movie is exactly what the whole movement is talking about, and they weren't really. They got like lost in the shuffle there, and it's bizarre. And which I'm ashamed. I'm saddened that Jen couldn't be on this episode, because I would have loved to hear her take on all of that. But
for now, folks, you'll have to listen to 3 straight white guys talk about it.
But yeah, for a little bit of context on that, I believe that they were the 13th expedition, because the Southern Reach is pretty much a shit show that doesn't know what they're doing, and so they keep on trying these different combinations of crews. So they'll send like a whole bunch of just like military guys in, and they'll all like get killed, and then they'll. And
this is in the book, right?
Right, and so
yeah, the movie doesn't. The movie's just like, oh, you're the 13th team, and you just happen to be women. Like, they don't really go into it much.
Right. But in
it's
the
not
book,
made a big deal out of.
In the book, it is explicitly, that is the reason that they are going in there, is because they are all women, and, the 13 other teams have failed, and they just don't know how to do anything, so they're just throwing shit at a wall right now.
So, regardless of the reason, whether there was a reason for it in the book or a non-reason like it is in the movie, it's unfortunate that people, especially the Hollywood folks, the Hollywood elites who are, wearing the Time's Up pins and everything else, didn't try to champion this movie. But I think, I don't know, to quote another show, they don't care about movies like this. They want the big budget Avengers tentpole blockbuster films.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nick, what you're describing is exactly kind of like what happened around the 2016 Ghostbusters, where it was like the exact same, where people were like, "This is going to be a monumental stepping stone," and that was just a shitty reboot of a much more popular film.
Well, that's you raise a great point, because they the problem with that movie, which I think by itself is a fine comedy film, it's fine, honestly, in my opinion, but the marketing went wrong with that. And I'm not saying they had a marketer like, look, there's women in this movie, you should go watch it, otherwise you're a sexist. No.
That's kind of what it turned into at the end.
The Ghostbusters movie kind of did that marketing, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why it kind of wasn't successful. But like, I'm surprised that like it just wasn't talked about like in media outlets or by other actors or actresses, like even saying like, yeah, we need more female representation like this movie. But then again, they probably weren't in that movie, so they don't care about talking about it.
Yeah.
Careful, Nick. The Hollywood elites are listening.
They are. We're on the up and up.
They should they could hire me, and I could tell them what they're doing wrong. Like every other armchair critic on the internet, anyone with access to an internet forum. Well, here's how I would do the DC movies. Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing. Which, granted, they probably don't, but some nerd on the internet doesn't probably have much better. No sneezing.
Sorry.
Unsubscribe.
We gotta start the recording from scratch.
Yeah.
Has this been recording, or did you lose the recording again?
No, we're good.
Okay, good.
I've been watching
Thank
it.
God.
Nick, we
Of
missed
this
your
quality
entire rant.
of this quality podcast, we have lost none of it. Probably for the worse. So Nick, so you really like this movie?
I mean, I would not probably go back and watch it anytime soon. I think it's not an easy movie to rewatch. It's just kind of like I don't know what you say, but it's a fine movie. I encourage people to watch it, but I don't think it's one that has a lot of rewatch value.
So were there any aspects of this that like you didn't understand, or you were like, why are they doing that? That seems stupid.
Kind of what's happening to each person's kind of weird. Like one person turned into like a dog monster, another person turned into like a flower thing, and then Natalie Portman had a shadow monster mimicking her.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess it was supposed to be weird because you're not supposed to understand what's going on in
Okay.
the Southern Reach.
Well, let's use some a specific thing, for example, because like Gorehound and the Graveyard Queen actually got into a very heated argument one night in the hot tub.
Whoa!
Hey now,
Let's go back to this hot tub talking.
This bear. Or
how come I wasn't invited?
This bear-type creature.
He's ignored me, Charlie.
Yeah.
What was the bear creature?
it was what it actually was.
Yeah. Was it like a common? Was there any part of the dead girl in there? Why was the bear yelling like a girl?
I think it was. My kind of takeaway from it. I know I think in the movie they try to say like, oh, it absorbed her last memories. I took it as everything in this world is like rapidly evolving and rapidly changing. And so one of the adaptations that the bear took on was the ability to like mimic people in order to trick them, or to like capture them. Because like again, this world is the world is like decaying, but it's also creating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like as the old is decaying into the new, life has to find different ways of surviving.
Yeah.
That's
Can I just stop right there and go? Life finds a way. Nature finds a way. Sorry, continue.
Thank you, Mr. Goldblum. But then the one thing I was kind of thinking of when I kind of did like the after kind of when I started rewatching it, because I noticed when Oscar Isaacs has like the bear tattoo, I was like, okay, there's a bear monster. He's got a bear tattoo. It's like one of those things in my head of like, I know this stuff means something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
It means we're all the bear at the end of the day.
Nick, what did you think of the bear?
I don't know. That was weird. I almost wonder if it was, because I think they said in the movie, and it's been about 2-3 weeks since I've seen it, so my memory might be slightly fuzzy.
This was like super fresh in my mind for like 3 weeks straight. Like I just like couldn't stop thinking about this.
Like I think they say in the movie, oh, that was the bear that killed the other girl, and I almost wonder if that was true, and the bear was using the other girl's voice as a way to lure out the other characters to like attack them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But how gory was it when the bear killed Jane the Virgin?
Yeah.
It's like ripped out her jaw.
Yes. Because I felt like the bear had evolved to incorporate her, so that the girl was actually being a part, or the girl or her soul was actually a part of the bear now, and was kind of being either tortured or like in a life of misery within the bear. Because
I can see that.
Because we saw that there were, like, for instance, the alligator that had like shark teeth. That was like a combination of a shark and a crocodile, where everything is kind of evolving in a different pace that doesn't really exist on Earth, that we don't understand whatsoever.
How is this movie not an asylum movie? You got like shark crocodiles and man bear pig and.
I think if it was done, if the premise of Annihilation was done with like less care and thoughtfulness, this very easily would be like like one of those like again, I don't want to say asylum, that's too good, but like really trashy movies where you just have a bunch of people with like toy guns walking through the woods being like, oh my god, there's a monster. It's like a guy in like a gorilla suit with like a horn taped to his head or something.
Yeah.
So basically a movie that we would make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Earthman
Could you
5.
Could you imagine if the Asylum or a similar studio would come out with a movie like this? People would be like, what just happened?
Yeah.
What are they doing with quality?
The leader of the movie would be Tara Reid, and all the women be scantily clad.
Pretty much.
Well, obviously.
One other note I did want to have about the bear is that the bear kind of exemplifies kind of like my feelings about the effects of the movie, where it's like great design but not necessarily great technicals. Because I thought the design of the bear was great. Like I liked how it looked, where it was like it looked sick. But then like I kind of looked up a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and that's when I saw that one half of the bear's skull like has a human skull in it.
Yeah.
It's like makes up the eye hole. That makes up like the eye hole. So I thought the design was great, but I thought the technicals that brought the creature to life looked a little. I mean, it didn't look like. I mean, it's not going to look like a Marvel movie or like a $300 million blockbuster, but it definitely did. It was like, okay, this is not. It doesn't. It's not a. It's definitely showing the CGI. But I thought the design was.
I thought that was mostly practical stuff. Was it not? Like a practical effect.
I think it was a combination.
But definitely, I think if it was a practical effect, they may have like covered it up with like CG or like. But I don't know. That's the one thing I really like. I said I thought the design of the bear creature, bear monster. I still think it's a great sort of monster design, and I wish that's the one thing. The biggest takeaway, like we see like a handful of like creatures in this world, like and I wish that we could have seen more of it, because I think this world, the way that they kind of designed everything to make it look where it's both like the things that they show in this world look sick and like cancerous, but there's also a kind of beauty in how everything is, like the alligator that's like white, but it's also got a lot of these red blaze splotches, like its skin is falling off with the shark teeth. The deer, the two deer, that one's like pure white with flowers, the other one kind of looks a little
pretty.
Right, the other one looks kind of like sickly and stuff like that. I love the look of the few creatures we are allowed to see in this world, but I do wish that there was a way to kind of have it's almost like a Jurassic Park moment where you can like see like this.
Oh yeah, the kids going through the park.
Not necessarily kids going through the park, but like where like you
about
see
some
like
sort of that.
A field of mutants or something like that. Like what else is out there? What else is in this world? Because again, there's some great like designs in this thing, like in terms of like monster and creature design, which I will give this movie major props for. Is like everything looks fantastic. Like design wise, I absolutely love. That's I think one of the things that kept me watching this movie is like I love how everything in the shimmer looks.
Mm-hmm.
The shimmer.
The shimmer.
Get to the shimmer. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention for the past 5 minutes. What were you saying? That's why I'm the a-hole of the group.
All right. So what else do we got going on with this?
I didn't like Natalie Portman.
You did.
I did not.
No?
I thought she was of all the great things in this movie, I thought she was like the weakest part of like the whole thing. Like she's like my biggest. I don't know. I mean, I think she can be a good actress. I just don't think I think she's an okay actress. And considering how great everything else is, I think the way she kind of handles everything just seems sort of lackluster and not really I don't know, just not really good in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying she doesn't have the will to live in this movie?
I mean, I think
Star Wars reference.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Nick.
But there also was some controversy with Natalie Portman being chosen for this role because apparently the biologist is like Native American / Mexican or something like that.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, this gets them excited.
Apparently they don't reveal that until like the second or third book.
Yeah, and it's just like it has no place in it.
Well, and like the guy casted using the first book as a reference. I mean, you can't blame him if the 2 other books weren't written yet, and he casted like a name actor in a role that didn't have any ethnicity attached to it when it was written. I mean. Yeah. People are upset about it. Have to look at something in perspective.
Yeah, it really didn't play any role with it.
Half the people, and I guarantee you, half the people who are complaining about it probably never read the books in the first place.
Unlike me.
Unlike you, I mean, you're a hardcore. You read the books.
Yeah, every time.
Hey, at least they didn't cast Scarlett Johansson in there.
Yeah. That would have been great if they did.
Like, that was one thing. Like, when the fuck did Scarlett Johansson become the face of whitewashing? Like, holy shit. Like, these are movies. Like,
I do not think... I've never seen a movie with her in it where I was like, wow, she's a great actress. I mean, not to bash on her, but...
Avengers Infinity War is the greatest movie ever, and she was in that, so if you don't like it, then you're stupid. The only movie that's better is Black Panther. If you don't like that, you're racist. If you don't like either of those things, you're you hate women and black people.
Yeah.
God. Let's get that.
So, I was really looking forward to seeing more Tessa Thompson in this because she is one of the crew, the expedition that goes in there. But she's
like the resident nerd of the group.
Yeah,
the closest thing that comes to a nerd in the group.
She really doesn't play any part in it. Most of this is from the director and Natalie Portman.
Whoa, my mind just got blown for a second. Natalie Portman and Tessa Thompson were both sort of love interests for Thor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about love interest.
Well, it was implied.
Megan keeps bringing that up, too. I was like, I never felt like Valkyrie and Thor were, like, had any sort of, like, romantic thing going on. Megan keeps insisting that there was, but I never saw it.
There were some looks.
I
think there was more that they cut out because they wanted to downplay the romantic subplot.
I'll wait until the deleted scenes come out.
I mean, according to stuff I read on the internet, which is 100% true.
Not even Wikipedia, just stuff on the internet.
Okay, then let me revise my statement. Both Natalie Portman and Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson basically replaced Natalie Portman as the female lead in the Thor movies,
and it excelled because of that.
I can't argue at that point. You are 100% right.
Well, most of the time I am.
Except with that hair. Boom! And also, speaking of Thor movies, Two Broke Girls. Still, really, Gorehound? That's your favorite show ever?
Hey, if it's on, I'm gonna watch it. I might even seek it out.
You like have all the DVDs like hidden somewhere. I'm watching Halloween, but really, it's
the Halloween episode. I don't know if there is one. I'm looking forward to Hocus Pocus.
You call yourself a true fan of Two Broke Girls. You don't know if they have a Halloween episode or not.
Because you can watch them in any order.
Are you saying because every episode's interchangeable and basically the same stuff happens?
Yeah. Still fun.
Whatever, man.
Alright, so let's stop talking about...
I mean, you guys keep on bringing it up. I mean, alright.
I mean, if you want to talk about something that deserves annihilation, the entire series of Two Broke Girls.
Stop it.
I'm kidding.
There's a lot to this movie that we could just keep on going on and on about, but I think we've done it. It's due diligence. Nick, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I think we can't talk any more about it without getting to ridiculousness.
Yeah. Or I could just keep on going on and on about the book if you want to hear more about the book.
No, I'm good. You can keep going after we hang up, so knock yourself out.
All right. Are we ready to close this bad boy out?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'm the Gorehound.
I'm Nick.
I'm Cousin Charles.
And we are the all-new Culture Cast. Catch you next week.
Yeah!
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. The all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2018. Thanks for listening.